All right, let's dive right in. We are about to uncover a story that, from the looks of it, has been deliberately buried for way, way too long. It's all about two of the world's most popular plants and their ancient, almost alchemical partnership.
So let me just ask you this. What if that cup of coffee you're holding or thinking about had a secret partner? And not for like a decade or even a century, but for 5,000 years. A partner that completely changes how it works in a union that has shaped everything from secret rituals to science and even warfare all across the globe.
And this slide just nails the two worlds we're talking about. See, on one side of history, you've got these Yemeni Sufi monks deep in the night grinding coffee beans to connect their hearts to God. And on the other, you've got Scythian warriors in their tents, filling them with this thick vapor from cannabis thrown on hot stones. You think these are two totally separate worlds, right? Well, it turns out they were on a collision course.
Okay, so now we're going to go on a little whirlwind tour around the globe. A quick trip through space and time that proves this partnership was no accident. Holy fucking shit, man, this was a global phenomenon.
First stop, let's go to the highlands of Chiapas, Mexico. The Tzotzil people there, they brew this stuff they call Café de Muela. Now, this isn't about waking up for your morning Zoom call. No, this is about drinking slow ground coffee to sharpen your eye to make sure the corn seed falls exactly right. It's literally about focusing on the act of creation itself.
Now, what's really wild is what happens when we jump over to the Andes. The Quechua shamans, they weren't just using two plants. They were mixing cannabis paste with coca leaves and coffee grounds. Get this, 3 powerhouse sacraments in one single pinch. This was their recipe for spiritual vision, a combination that apparently hits you like altitude.
And check it out, it wasn't just for these intense spiritual journeys. In the Zulu kingdoms, the Nkosa, the leaders, they would drink strong quava, that's coffee, and smoke daga before they planned a battle. This wasn't about getting blitzed, it was about achieving this incredibly unique state of settled clarity, a deep perspective, when the stakes were literally life and death.
Then you go over to ancient India, and you see this mind-blowing fusion. Vedic sages drank something called ganja kahwa. Think about that name. Ganja, Sanskrit for cannabis. Kahwa, the Turkish word for coffee. They were literally blending entire cultures into a single cup, and they claimed they could see the divine, Brahma himself, in the steam rising from their drink.
So, what's the key here? What's the dynamic? This quote just says it all. Caffeine turns volume up. Cannabis tunes the station. It's perfect, right? One amplifies everything. The whole world gets louder, brighter, more intense. And the other? The other helps you find the right frequency in all that noise. It's a beautiful, symbiotic relationship.
But this partnership, it wasn't just for priests and shamans meditating on mountaintops. As we're about to see, this thing was practical as hell. It shaped science, industry, and yeah, even the art of war.
I mean, just look at this timeline of pure hard-nosed results. In Tang Dynasty China, they scientifically tested a dragon brain elixir, a mix of cannabis resin and caffeine tonics, to treat migraines. The Mongol hordes, they coated their bowstrings with hash-toughened hemp and drank coffee for a rock-steady aim. Even the hemp sails that let the Vikings cross entire oceans were part of this massive industrial story.
And then, just like that, this entire global history, thousands of years of ritual and real-world use, was silenced. About 70 years ago, the West just hit the mute button, and they gave it a very simple name: policy.
But come on, a story this powerful, this human, it doesn't just disappear. You can't just erase it. It just goes underground, and it finds new ways to sing.
And it absolutely did. From the candomblé houses down in Brazil sinking their café com leite with the passing of the chalice, to the damp basements of 90s Seattle where grunge kids were mixing double espresso shots and blueberry buds, the combination found a whole new voice, a new rhythm right in the guts of modern culture.
And this right here is a perfect example of a living, breathing spiritual practice that carries the torch every single day, the Rastafari morning ritual. First, they drink what they call lion's blood, hot, strong coffee, to honor endurance. Then, they pass the chalice to honor creation. It's a perfect, living synthesis of this ancient, powerful union.
So what does all this mean? What does it mean for you, right now? Maybe sitting there with your own mug or your own vape. It means you're not just some consumer with a new habit. The thread, you see, it was never actually lost. The proof of this unbroken chain is everywhere, man. It's hiding in plain sight. It's in modern genetics, with breeders in California finding 500-year-old Thai stick seeds. It's in Amsterdam, with growers cultivating these Ethiopian sativas that have the same flavor notes as Ethiopian coffee or buna. And it's all there in dusty old historical texts from writers like Chalabi and Bowles, who wrote it all down centuries ago.
So the crucial point is this. The knowledge isn't gone. We didn't lose the thread. We just buried it. And now it's time for us to pick up a shovel. It's time to dig. And that is the final thought I want to leave you with. This isn't about some new trend, some fad, some modern experiment. The next time you take a sip or you take a puff, you're not just trying something new. You are consciously re-entering a 5,000-year-old tradition. It's a homecoming.